Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Thank you so very much for being here for another mini. If by some chance you were seeing this video first, it's going to be Conventions Part 2. There was a Conventions Part 1 released just a little bit ago, so you might want to look for that one. The previous video was on the RNC convention. This video is on the DNC convention, I believe August 19th of this summer. So very briefly, there's been a lot of sort of all of a sudden talk about the conventions and things that are going on. There's planetary influences that I do not understand, but that are apparently going to be able to make actually both dates quite explosive. So I want to focus in now on the DNC and find out what is going on there. Because it's also not supposed to be, basically what we're being told is that whatever we're expecting, don't expect that. It's going to be something else completely haywire that happens. So let me try to step forward into the August 19th energy at the Democratic National Convention. For some reason, the mood is very subdued. It's not like devastated, all right? It's not like something horrible happened to Joe Biden and there's this sort of mourning. That's not what this is. It is just sort of a feeling, though, of just subdued energy. In some ways, it almost feels like these people are mindful of how much they have to gear up and how much they have left to do between then and, November. But things are also a little bit scrambled as I go into that energy. Now, the RNC energy, if you watch the previous video, I kept referring to like it's that panic, that state of, oh my God, oh my God. But this is a really different energy. This is just sort of like, it's not that they're being complacent. It's not that they don't recognize that there's a lot of work to be done, et cetera, et cetera. But for a lot of the people surrounding that convention, this was sort of a bit of a, it's the second time they're going to be there voting for Biden, and there are going to be people in that audience who love him and some people who are kind of neutral, but they're part of the delegation. There's going to be something that happens. And I, I said those same words in the other video, and that I think part of what's so kind of wonky is, the energies for both of these events were supposed to be sort of similar in terms of some of the big planetary influences. But for some reason, when I step into the DNC energy, there is sort of a sense of, and again, they're not being complacent, but there is sort of a feeling of this is just routine. This is in the bag. This is what we're doing. Like there doesn't feel like there's a lot of anticipation or that kind, even frantic. It just feels sort of like, well, this is the step that we take now, and that's what we're doing right now. But there are things that are going on, and I want to say it's, in this case, it feels like it's around the convention center. I don't even actually know what state that convention's being held in this year. But it feels like there is something that is going on. And there just seems to be a more subdued mood, I think, is how I'm going to explain it. Um, Joe Biden secures the nomination. Okay. Um, and right now, his full intention, is just to outdo his 4 years, 4 more years. But he is very somehow comforted by the fact that Kamala's right there and she is so competent, and he has a great deal of faith that if for whatever reason he needed to step aside, he would be able to pick up that mantle and carry forward. As of right now, his intention is to do the whole 4 years, and then it's to just go away somewhere and not have to hear the word Trump. Um, so that's sort of the energy around that. I'm curious, Spirit, to know if you can give us any insight into what Election Day 2024 in the US looks like. This energy is also a little chaotic. I'm not getting crazy volatile, but that there's an energy or a feeling that there could be those sort of potentials scattered here and there. But what I'm seeing is that they're showing me ballots and people are writing in names. Um, you know, Everybody needs to take a really, really deep breath and recognize that Biden taking that second term is just a foregone conclusion. And the Democrats sort of amassing that power that they need to be able to get stuff done as they go forward, because there really is going to be, with this new administration, there's almost going to be a feeling of, like from day one, it's like, okay, we're running out of time, get this done, because, they're mindful of the fact that they've got 2 years, right? And then after the midterm, heaven only knows. And, and so the inauguration is going to happen, and it is Joe Biden who's going to be inaugurated. I will say that there seems again to be enough enough nonsense about, this election was rigged, it was stolen, I should have won, yak, 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 yak. And it feels like that there's going to be some kind of activity between election day and inauguration in terms of what's getting done and what needs to get done, et cetera, et cetera. So I that's it. I'm jumped. Okay, so what I know is what I know at this point is that you have two conventions for two main political parties, and both of them in their own way are in a very, very kind of explosive or topsy-turvy sort of energy. And from both conventions to election day, it feels like there's going to be some significant shifts or changes or things that are just going on that are not at all expected right now. But when it's all said and done, it will be Joe Biden in the White House holding the House and the Senate. And that's what I know. All right, listen, thank you very, very much for being here. I hope you are enjoying your week, doing whatever it is you're doing. I'm looking forward to just a couple more days of downtime. And I will look forward to seeing all of you next week. I know that you are probably disappointed at this point. I'm not anticipating doing a Pendulum Friday, but the amazing Joyce will make sure that things that need to be compiled are compiled for me. Okay, thank you very, very much for being here, and I will see you soon. And until then, you be well. Bye-bye now.